Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone to Leaders in Purpose with Miss Lady CC. We are here at KPAO and we are here in Omaha, Nebraska. Welcome, welcome, welcome to all you leaders. Now, who is a leader, honey? That is you, and you, Sugar
Alrighty
Dumpling.
now.
Our guest here, Mr. Alan Black, he is returning and he has done all kind of things today that he's going to be telling us about today. And from his early start of how his how he grew up here in Omaha and some of the events that shaped his perspective on things that's going on in his life, as well as all the wonderful things he's doing now and how he is living and walking in his purpose. So welcome, 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 welcome. Before we get started, we're going to go ahead on and open with a silence of respect to those who have gone on before us in righteousness and the legacy they left. So let's go ahead on and just do 30 seconds of silence. Fantastic, fantastic. Honey, we want you to bring all your joy, all your happiness, all your love over here, honey, because this is what goes out to heal and all those who don't have any peace right now, all those who are sick right now, all those who are going through tests and trials and don't know where to turn to, all those who are hopeless and helpless, all like my veterans who 22 veterans a day kill themselves, honey. Come on over here, honey. We got the vibes of love. We got the vibes of peace. We got the vibes of hope. We got the vibes of leadership over here. That is you, Mr. Alan Black, and myself. And also, before we get going, honey, let's go ahead on and let's let you get out your moral code or your whether it's from a Bible, whether it's from a famous speaker, or we have something from yourself. And we're just going to just say a few of those. And this is what I like to do every day. I try to do it and just to check myself before I wreck myself. So let's say if I'm looking at the 42 laws of my aunt, you can look at the 10 commandments or any other holy writings that you choose to look at. It says that thou shalt not kill. Now, when you think about killing, you think about hitting someone and killing them and knocking them out or shooting someone. But you know what, sugar? There's so many ways to kill. You can kill with your looks. You can kill with your tongue. You can kill somebody through omission, through not having anything to do with them and letting them die of loneliness. So have you killed anyone? Have you killed with your look, with your tongue? Have you killed by ignoring? If you haven't, give yourself the biggest hug in the whole wide world.
I agree.
Yes, yes. But if you have killed someone, perhaps, honey, that person, honey, she done got on my last nerve, and you looked at her like, sugar, one more time, sugar, just one more time, honey, and after that, oh, okay. Now, come on, if you're sorry for that now, it said fruits bring forth repentance. If you're sorry for that, go ahead and picture yourself going through that test. Picture yourself where you did it wrong, but picture yourself doing it correctly. Picture the effect that it's going to have on yourself. Picture the effect that it's going to have on this other persons and or people. Picture that, honey, sugar, and then give yourself a hug. Because guess what? That's what you see in your mind last is what's going to happen, what's most likely to happen when that test come upon you again. They say when we miss our test, it always comes back again. So we're going to go through it this time. What's another moral code that you follow, that you follow, that shows that you love yourself or each other? Mr. Alan Black.
I would say probably the golden rule to treat others as you would have them to treat you.
All right now. Now, if you treated others like you wanted somebody to treat you, sugar dumpling, give yourself the biggest hug in the world. There we go. There we go. But if you didn't, if you said, who she thinks she is, honey, wearing all that, looking like all that, speaking all that, or, I don't like him. I mean, he just, he ain't got this much money like me. He ain't wearing this like me. Come on now. Come on. I know we not that petty. I know we not that petty. So if you didn't follow that, picture yourself, go back on and picture yourself not going through it. Then picture the positive effect of you going through it the right way. Picture the positive effect of you going through it on yourself and on others. Now you give yourself a big hug. excuse me, because you did it, because you did it. So go ahead on and go through your moral code, your guidelines, and you can do as many times a day as you want. Do it in the morning, do it in the evening when you wake up, doing it before you go to bed. You can even do it in the afternoon if you didn't follow something. That's just to keep ourselves checked, because honey, we don't we a lot of times folks, they want to check us, check somebody else, honey, but what the Bible says, if you see that mote in your eye, honey, you take that beam out of your eye, so you see the mote in my eye. So for real, so honey, we got to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves. And then also we're going to tap. Now tapping is to be grounded, and you have a lot of psychologists that they push this. So we're going to they recommend tapping. Just start tapping here on top of your head. Okay, tap under the eye. Tap under your chin. And it just helps you feel grounded, gets all that old energy out, brings new energy in, and you can actually feel that energy. Just go ahead and down to the palm. Go ahead down, and then go on the other side. And then I just go up and down my side, and I even go down to the floor to my feet, come up and around, down to my hips, go around to the side, come it out. And you can just feel that old energy coming out. And so now all that old energy coming out, we got all that great energy in. Honey, we got all the love in, we got all the joy in, we got all the peace in. Guess what, honey? We got some positive vibes here. Now we asking all the hurt, all the pain. We ask you to come on in, come on over here, honey, because there's healing right here. There's love right here. There's joy right here. There's hope right here. There's peace right here. Honey, come on, bring it in, honey. You can't give us too much negativity, because we got the positivity over here to soothe, to comfort, to give warmth to it, to dissolve all those disgruntles, all that pain and all that hurt, if you're ready for it. Now, some people, they wear their pain like a badge of honor, and they're not ready to let it go. Then we're not talking to you. But we're talking for those who are ready to let it go, ready for inner and outer peace, honey. It is all taken care of right here. So go ahead on and enjoy this love that we send to you. Enjoy this peace. Enjoy this happiness and this glow that we're sending to you. While we listen, we're going to be listening to Mr. Alan Black and hear his story. I mean, if you're around Omaha, you already know Mr. Alan Black, okay? He doing it like that, honey. He is a leader in purpose. So he's going to talk today on our first show about his personal self, his growing up here in Omaha, especially, Omaha, honey, we don't have a whole lot of stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Omaha, you have the KKK birthplaces here in Omaha, and a lot of things here in Omaha that as melanated people, as well as people who believe in righteousness, that puts us to the test on a daily basis. So go ahead on up, honey, get comfortable, get something to drink, get something to eat, and sit back and enjoy Leaders in Purpose with Mr. Alan Black. Go ahead on.
First of all, Cece, I want to congratulate you on your program.
Oh.
It's making a difference in the community. You are creating a platform, you have created a platform, I should say, for voices to be heard. I think it's important that we are giving individuals access to share their story, because what I realize with all of our journeys, all that we have been through is greater than just us.
Yes.
Because we are being called to go through it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're also in a position where we share what we've been through, because whether people realize it or not, a lot of the things that each of us go through is not unique unto itself. And what I mean by that is the fact that you may have gone through something, and when you're sharing your story or your testimony or your journey, somebody may say, you know what, that sounds like what I've been through or what I'm going through. So
exactly.
And you can consciously or unconsciously have an influence on them because of the fact that they see you and they say, well, you've made it. So if that's the case, then there's hope for me, so that I don't feel like I'm out here just all by myself, or that I've reached a point of thinking that I have no hope to draw from.
Exactly.
And so that's what's important about all of our journeys as far as what we share, because it's greater than us.
Yes, it is.
It's intended for a community.
Yes.
It's intended for a village.
Yes.
And so I think that's very important. I look back and I think about my journey as far as where it began. So Started out in the projects on Spencer Street.
Are you the Spencer Street Project?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
I was
yes.
Hilltop Sugar.
Okay. And this was in primarily in the 60s, mid 60s, up to about 66, 67, somewhere in there. But when we were growing up, my sister and I, my family in the project, here's the thing that was so amazing about it, CC. It's the fact that at least where we were at, we were a collective village.
Yes,
And
yes.
so everybody knew everybody. Everybody looked out for each other.
Yes, yes.
And I've often spoken to some of my family friends who also grew up at that same period in the projects as well. And we all have the same opinion that we look back on that and we have a greater appreciation of the fact that, it was an amazing experience to grow up the way we did. In fact,
Exactly.
as I've gotten older, I've come to realize that some of those individuals I grew up with are still friends of mine today.
Oh, wow.
And that goes 60 plus years or so. It is rare in these times when you have, say, friendships or relationships that transcend that amount of time.
That amount of time, that's so rare.
I think it's easy to take it for granted,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm a big advocate that sometimes you do need to just be still,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to reflect back and you think about the fact that, man, we have been hanging together for not 20 years, not 30 years, but 50 and 60 years. See, that doesn't happen.
How many can say that?
Not very many. And I
No.
realize that by definition, for those of us who are blessed to say that, we are the exception, we're not the rule.
That's right.
And so I'm greatly appreciative of that period that I grew up in the projects. I can honestly say that I remember when my parents were finally able to move out of the projects. And we moved into a house over by North High.
Okay, were you still in the Benson area? Because we did too. We moved on Word Street.
We were off of 36th Avenue, right next door to North High. But
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you one thing without hesitation. I remember when my parents said we were moving, and me and my sister just cried. And we cried basically because the kids that we had grown up with from the time we were born, we're just like, we're never going to see them again.
Yes.
And so that was very traumatic as far as us saying we're going to be separated. But you think about the fact that when you build relationships that are built on the greatest thing of all, which is love
Yes.
and fellowship,
Yes.
those relationships don't end just because of relocation.
That's right. That's right.
You are in a position, if you're blessed, to say, okay, you moved to another part of the city, but that doesn't end our relationship. So after we had moved out of the projects, those relationships that we had with certain families continue to this day. Like I said, in a couple of those cases, that's been about 65 years or
See,
so.
and that's beautiful. One of the great thing about that, it was not only built on love, but it was also built on the hardships. It's also built on the times when you didn't know what you're going to do and how we're going to make it. And those are the times, those are the things that glued us together, going through those hard times together. And the projects, I mean, I know when the projects, I know you remember the merry-go-round, honey.
Oh my gosh.
And how we jump off the swing, see who could jump the furthest, or who could go up the highest, kick our legs all up. Oh, sugar honey. They had some wonderful toys on the back.
And I'm frowning because I'm thinking, I can remember my sister being on a swing, and I can still see exactly where it was at. And I wasn't with her that particular day. I was playing somewhere else. I think she was 7 and I was about 8. Well, she swung so high up, and then she tried to jump out, and she didn't make it. She crashed on the concrete
Yes.
and messed up her face.
Oh.
And the other kids in the neighborhood came screaming and hollering, man, you got to come get your sister, come get your sister. And I ran over there, and her face is all swollen up, and her eye is bleeding, and I'm just thinking, oh, man, this isn't going to go good when I get home. Because I knew,
Uh-oh, you were supposed to be watching her.
yeah, and I knew, first of all, I'm going to be the one that gets in trouble.
Okay.
Because they're going to say, why weren't you with your sister? Well, I was over here doing my own thing.
Better not say
But that
that.
wasn't going to fly. So I'm selfishly going to say my first thought was, man, I'm going to get half killed when I get home. But I look back, and I think I still have a picture of her at like 7 years old with this huge black eye.
Wow.
And so, but we laugh about it, and we always laughed about it afterwards, and we thought about the fact that, it's amazing the way she hit the ground. I don't know how she survived.
Okay. It's true, because them swings can be like,
Oh man, they were like
she'll be
9 feet up in the air, and I'm
Yes,
thinking,
yes.
God is good, because there's no way by definition
That she should have
that she should have survived that.
And what's
But-
another thing was so good too? You said when your friends they went and told your parents. The friends didn't get out their cameras and start recording.
No.
The friends
no.
didn't start laughing and saying, "Yo, nah, look what you did." They went and they told our parents. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they
Isn't
did.
there a difference now?
It's totally different. And here is what is different in today's environment compared to back then. And I understand how time changes and how people change with time or even in spite of time. But when I think back to the time that I grew up in the projects, and I think about the fact that, yes, we were in the projects and maybe technically we were poor, but financially we may have been poor, but we were more than rich in terms of the fellowship, the relationships, and the love.
Exactly.
But what we had
exactly.
was the African proverb of a village.
Yes.
And that is something that if we're going to go back to the roots that our ancestors had established, then one of the most basic things that we have to do is to get back to that village, because we both grew up in a time where, okay, you could wander all over the neighborhood, but guess what? When the street lights came on,
Check.
you knew it was time to head home.
Okay.
I can literally remember growing up, we would be playing street ball, like football, whatever. Street light would come on, we'd stop playing instantly and head home.
Yes.
Instantly.
Instantly.
And it was like it was instilled in us from the time we were born that street lights come on, it's time to go home.
That's it, right.
And I look back now and I thought, we'd be in the middle of a game, it'd be a 10th, street light would come on, boom, we're gone.
We go. But that's why, because we were a village then and we did look out for each other, and if one child was hurt, everybody's child was hurt. And when one parent saw another child doing something then that needed to be told to the parent, then guess what? That parent went and told the other parent, and the parent didn't turn on the parent that told them about the child.
No.
The parent went to the child and said, "Did you do such and such and such? Why did you do such and such and such?" You know what I'm saying? Instead of turn on the parent, "Who you talking about my child? My child don't never do da. Honey, your child, everything you say your child don't ever do when you're around, they doing it all, honey. They doing it." But you know what? That reminds me of Vivian. How strong and that situation with the police, how bad, how since we were so close like that, how much it did affect us in such a negative manner. And you go
It
into
did,
that.
and I can remember I was about 13 or 14 at the time. And so and also think about the fact, artists, that this for the younger generation is considered the dinosaur age, simply because there wasn't social media, there wasn't internet, there wasn't 24-hour-a-day news cycles or whatever the case may be. But I remember that particular night and that evening when the news came out, and to hear that and to actually think about the fact that, wait a minute, she's the same age that I am.
Okay.
And so that hits hard. It really hits hard. And for me, having grown up in the 60s, I was taught by the elders that, okay, first of all, you're a young black man. So I was taught, and I still do this to this day, that as a young black man in the 60s, your head was on a swivel constantly. And what I mean by that is I was constantly looking my surroundings at all times. So it was almost like you're like at stage one alert, just because of the way that it was. Now, this is going to sound peculiar, but I got to say it. Growing up in the 60s, being called or being a Negro was the jargon that we used. Being called black was not good until about 67, but I'll get to that in just a minute.
I remember.
But it was also interesting in the respect that my last name is Black. Okay?
Oh my goodness, yes.
So
that make it double, like, wow.
That made it a double whammy because my father had to tell me, okay, this is your last name. So when they're saying, hey, Black, they're calling you by your name, but you're going to have to learn to deal with that. So I'm like, okay, so that's something we had to deal with. I can remember growing up, and on Saturdays we would go downtown, me and the kids, and hang out downtown or whatever. And I was aware of the fact that we were black and we'd be treated different because we were going to department stores and we knew the security guard was following us everywhere. I knew that. However, we did used to play with them because we'd go in and out of different places just to see if they would follow us just because we were messing with them because we knew they were messing with us.
That's right.
So, but again, I knew that growing up. But I remember a truly watershed moment. I think it was about 68. When James Brown came out with that song, Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud. And I can remember, CC, how the whole environment, the negativity of the word black, at least from where I was at in my perspective, it changed overnight. It was like, I am black and I am proud.
Yeah,
And
I'm double black.
And I was I'm double black. And I was like, wow, because I was in junior high at the time, I do believe. And it was just a huge revelation for us at that time. And so I think it was about 68, which was a very, very challenging year because of the fact that, number one, I remember April 4th, 1968. That was the day Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated. CC, I can still see myself playing out in the streets with the other kids. And I can still hear all of the parents in the neighborhood come running out on the porch, screaming and hollering for us to come into the house. And we're looking at each other like, well, first of all, we're looking at each other like, what did we do?
Yeah.
We're thinking we're in trouble.
But really, it was like,
We weren't, but to go in the house and to see that story being told on April 4th was incredibly traumatizing in one respect.
Yes, it was.
I can remember April 5th, the next day, 1968. I can remember us riding the bus to school. And we rode the city bus because there wasn't the bus system that came along in the 70s. We rode the city bus. It was about 60, 70 of us on the bus. And I remember for about 30 minutes riding that bus to school the next day. Nobody talked. It was completely silent. And it was just one of the most challenging things that I'd ever been through. And then 2 months later, Robert Kennedy was killed.
Yeah.
And so I can remember at that time, and 68 was a very pivotal year because, number one, you had the assassinations. Number two was the height of the Vietnam War. Brothers were going off to war. You didn't know if they were going to come back. If they came back, what kind of shape were they going to be in?
How would they be treated?
How would they be treated? But at the same time, you look back, because you talked about earlier the hardships that you have to go through. And those hardships as such, those difficult times, in surviving them, it has given you the strength to face what's coming next. So I'm convinced that we have to go through some hard times in order to get to where we're going to go. I can remember...
Okay, we're going to stop there because we have, 15 more seconds. It'll be 25 minutes. Didn't I go by fast?
You know what? It went by too fast. We got to talk to Chris. We got to get you more time. I might have a conversation with Chris after this.
That's all good. Honey, stay tuned for our next segment with Mr. Alan Black, and we're going to be talking about all the our tests and trials that, like the Bible says, actually made us strong. We got to go through them in order. Not going to make you? What's
not going to destroy you is going to make you stronger.
That's it. What's not going to destroy is going to make you stronger, and we're going to end it with that. We'll see you later.